Melodic black metal hails. This time we don't have just one band but two bands. Yes, this is a split release. And some of you might have already seen a few of my reviews of the band called Hermódr. That is a Swedish atmospheric melodic black metal, and now they have joined, or they, it's one-man band, have joined with another one-man band, this time from Germany. This is Poems of the Elder meeting Hermódr on this split digipack release called Midnight Sun. Here we have the track list. 3 songs by Poems of the Elder and 4 more by Hermódr. Well, technically 3 songs because the last one is a Finnish black metal band White Death cover song called White Death's Power. And inside we obviously have more imagery and the CD. What else? There is nothing here, as you can see. There are no booklets, so it's just track list, images, and there you have it. On this Metal Archive site for Hermódr, we got to see a little bit of the facts of the band and also of Poems of the Elder. Let's start with Hermódr because that's the more known one of these two. As you can see, quite new band, less than 10 years old, but look, let's take a look at this release list. It's quite extensive, to say the least. Quite a few albums, already some albums like 2 in a year, and then lots of splits and compilations. But don't make mistake, these compilations are usually the EPs put into one. For example, there's this one called Above the Shadows / Past the Quiet Forest. Well, obviously you can see these different releases here, which are then put into one. There are lots of these same kind of things, like here is The Deep End and Ghost of the Cold Winds, but it's basically these 2 EPs put on just one CD. I don't know why make EPs and 10 compilations of that, because really doesn't make much of a sense in my opinion, but what do I know? Anyway, consider that the Midnight Sun is the latest I got for review. It's here like the 4th newest one, because obviously there is a compilation of 2 different ones and then a single and EP, which probably will end up on another compilation as well. But like said, this is a one-man band. It's by this member called Rauta, who also has some other bands of which I have some, like Dead Life. But there you have it. Also, there's a one band called Gust, which I think is pretty cool. This was more raw style, so once again a little bit different than Hermódr's own style, which is more or less always melodic and very atmospheric. And then we have these links here, and of course the similar artist page, which gives you a little bit of indication. I would say this is very much close to bands like Kalmankantaja, also Dead Life, but then again these are matters of taste. And then we have this actual Midnight Sun split information here, which brings us to the track list once again, and there we can pretty easily click the Poems of the Elder page, which shows just one robed figure, and here you can see only one full-length album and also then this split release. Not saying when this was founded, to be honest, not much care, and I'll get back to that in a bit. This also said lyrical themes of paganism, folklore and nature. Well, based on this digipack without any lyrical sheet or information, hard to say. Also just one person in the band. So Midnight Sun consists of 6 original tracks, 3 by both bands, and the style could be just said it's melodic and atmospheric black metal. But there are differences, and unfortunately not always for the good. I was wondering why Poems of the Elder is first, being the less known band, and Hermódr the second. And after I was listening to the release for the first time, it became very clear to me. Hermódr is definitely the better one on this split, and with that being the last one on this split, well, it gives you a nice aftertaste. You're not so much annoyed or worried about you know, how the albums kind of started in a bad way, because after all you have those better tracks in the end. So towards the end it gets better, which is kind of logical in a way. But if you had to be selling this album based on the first track or two, I would say not going to happen, because Poems of the Elder is unfortunately very very much in the making. It's a demo-ish band on this split, raw sounding, quite poor songwriting, and basically nothing is exactly good there. I would say even less than mediocre release when it comes to the genre. Those melodies are subpar, they are not enjoyable, they are not annoying, they are just kind of a cheapish, very uninteresting in a way. Whereas Hermodr actually does a nice job. The atmosphere is very melancholic, it's kind of a sad versus not so much being depressive, but it's very very melancholic, and that's a nice thing, because it's like painting of this lonely shore image in your mind, or these kind of a vast forests, I don't know, towards twilight and stuff like that. I don't know, it makes my imagination go about, especially here living by the seaside. I'm just taking a look at the sea and feeling like this is a soundtrack to that kind of stuff, like being there all alone except for a few seabirds and whatnot. Whereas Poems is just like, hey, I'm wasting my time, I could be taking a look at the asphalt road and it would be like that interesting. So Poems of the Elder is like a demo version of Hermodr in so many ways. Poor songwriting, crappy sound, and not just interesting at all. I mean, there are lots of bands operating in the same field, genre, if you will, and so being so much better. So this is very, very unstable split in a way. The first half is quite boring, and the second half is quite good. So it's kind of hard to recommend this split to people. That is, unless you're a big fan of Hermodr already, in which case that kind of justifies getting the whole split just for those 3 or 4 songs. That being said, Hermodr, nice. Poems of the Elder with this split, not so nice. So with that information, do what you will. There are links provided in the description box, so click on those Bandcamp pages and listen for yourself, and then you know what to do. Looking forward to your comments. Take